The footlock is a solid move that can catch your opponent by surprise. Let's explore the basic application. My trainer partner allows me to wrap his foot. My inside foot goes underneath his thigh. My outside foot wedges on his hip bone with my toes facing out, keeping my opponent from going on top of me. With my inside hand, I grab the bend of his knee, and with my outside arm, I wrap his ankle. I grab my wrist and I grab his shin. I pinch my knees together and I flex my arms as I go towards my bottom shoulder, and I put pressure on his foot by driving my hips forward and driving my bottom shoulder up to the sky. Starting in my opponent's open guard, I deflect his foot, and Alberto decides to place his foot on my thigh, giving me the opportunity to go for the straight footlock from the open guard. I start by staying at a safe distance away from my opponent's kicks. I deflect the feet and I enter. My front foot and my front arm stay together, not allowing my opponent to place his foot on my hip. However, my opponent decides to place his other foot on my thigh. I wrap his leg, and with my other hand, I let go of guarding my hip and I decide to grab the bend of his knee, not allowing my opponent to escape from my wrap. I place my inside foot underneath his thigh, I sit down and slide away from him. When he tries to go on top, I place my other foot and I keep him away. I wrap my arms in a figure four and I drive my shoulder down towards the ground and apply the pressure. It is common to not get the perfect wrap in the first try. Therefore, you need to learn how to adjust by posting on your elbow, getting your hips away, and sliding your torso away, only to get a wrap in the thinnest part of his ankle. The weakest part of the link is where you want to apply the pressure. Once I apply the pressure and I realize it's not working, I sit up on my elbow, loosen a little bit the grip, and push it off my inside foot. I move my hips away. I raise my elbow off the ground and slide my whole torso back, allowing the grip to be loose so that I allow myself to move backwards to the weakest part of the link, the thinnest part of his ankle. With my knee wrap, I pinch my knees together, go back on my shoulder, flex my arms, and drive my hips through his foot, making sure that my bottom shoulder goes up to the sky. Once I realize my opponent is going after my foot, I sit up, I grab his toes, and I push them off my hip. I slide my hand to his ankle and I grab his knee. Posting my foot on the ground, I push off of it and I jump over his leg, placing my shoulder as close as possible to him, grabbing his knee with both of my hands, and pushing him away as I pull my endangered foot out of the mix. Timing is of the essence in the footlock defense. Therefore, the moment I realize my opponent is going after my foot, I sit up with my elbow close to my hip and I don't let the foot go on my hip, gaining that extra second of advantage so that I can do the footlock defense quicker than he can apply the footlock offense.